I was looking at the latest numbers and rankings from the Humane Society about the animal cruelty states from 2013. So the Humane Society basically ranked states in 2013 based on how they deal with animal cruelty. And it's a pretty comprehensive report. It evaluates all 50 states. And I started looking at the numbers. And first I just saw California is one of the best states in terms of preventing animal cruelty and punishing it when it happens. And South Dakota is the worst state when it comes to preventing and punishing animal cruelty. And then I said, that's interesting. California, more progressive state, South Dakota, more conservative state. Let's just see a bigger list and see if that trend continues, because that would be interesting to look into. And then it turns out that the states with the best ranking from the Humane Society when it comes to animal cruelty are California, like I mentioned, Oregon, Illinois, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, Arizona, Washington, Colorado, Virginia, and Maine. Interesting. Those are mostly liberal states. And then I looked at the worst states for animal cruelty: Missouri, Wyoming, Utah, Kentucky, South Carolina, Alabama, North Dakota, Mississippi, Idaho, and like I mentioned, South Dakota. Why is this? What reasons could exist for why the states which have the worst rating and ranking on animal cruelty are mostly red states and blue states mostly are at the top of the list? Well, is it because red states are typically poorer and don't have the money to protect animals, and we should maybe be looking at why they're poor and that's really the focus? Or is it because conservatives care less about animals? Is it because conservatives are more in favor of small government and they see legislation to protect animals and to govern slaughterhouses and farms as intrusive, and maybe that's what it is? Is it because the numbers are simply skewed because there are more livestock farms and slaughterhouses in conservative states and those lend themselves to hurting the rankings? I honestly don't know the answer. I asked the question to you without any prejudice, and I'm curious to hear what the audience thinks. What's your inkling on this, Lewis?
Hard to say. It seems like there are a lot of variables, but I don't know. I mean, typically we could argue that those right-wing minded people usually seem to care less about life, except for, of course, if it's like we talked about earlier, in a womb.
A human womb, I think we should clarify and make very
Right.
specific.
Right, a human womb, right. So I don't know. Maybe that's it.
Send me your thoughts. I'm curious to see what the audience thinks. I know there will be commentary on this. Please consider becoming a supporter of The David Pakman Show. We are mostly funded by you, our audience. Go to davidpakman.com/membership to see all of the membership options that exist and the long list of membership benefits. We will take a break. We will be back after this. Silly putty in your food. What could that possibly mean? I'll explain after the break.